Hey there, Internet, how's it going? You know who I am. I'm John from John Grave Show, and today I'm basically giving everybody a little update about The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1. And apparently, seeing as that today is December 11th, 2013, what drops in 6 days, or is supposed to drop in 6 days, Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1. Apparently, the game is supposed to be out in 6 days. Supposed to come out upon the 17th, and necessarily it's supposed to be $5 for the first episode, and then the season pass is going to be $15. Or from what I can find in news articles, they say that it's supposed to drop on Xbox 360 for that price. However, seeing as that things drop for the 360 and also for the PlayStation Network, it's supposed to be on both of them around the same time. So, given with that, the story of Season 1 is supposed to come out, every 2 months. Solely because the reason why I bring this news out now is because necessarily this is supposed to be talking about they're all supposed to be talking about the Wolf Among Us and where that's gonna land us and so on and so forth. So the Wolf Among Us is supposed to come out every 2 months, even though it dropped back in October. It's supposed to come out every 2 months. So necessarily they're basically working on having it be The Wolf Among Us 1 month, and then having Walking Dead Season 2 episode another month. Or at the very least, that's sort of the formula that they're going for. But seeing as that we all know that is Telltale, Telltale is going to take at least a month and a half for each game to sort of come out. And this isn't even mentioning they still have the Borderlands game that supposed to come out, and I forget the other game that they're also working on. But in terms of how this is supposed to be going, it's so much stuff that necessarily that they're working on. I do kind of have to stress the fact that necessarily I am excited for all of the games that they're going to be working on. But at the same time, I'm still kind of worried that necessarily that they're not going to have enough time to basically get all these games out, and they probably might just turn into their whole working on the Jurassic Park game, which sort of that they had to just scrap when they were making Walking Dead and Back to the Future. However, in terms of this game, I am pretty interested in knowing that Season 2, Episode 1 is coming out. I still kind of don't necessarily know how that's going to play into the first episode, the first season and the 400 days. But in terms of just seeing the game again and seeing is that I believe that for this one we're going to be taking control of Clementine. I'm not necessarily sure, but at the very least that sort of just seems like how it is naturally because after Lee, Clementine was necessarily the second capable person who was honestly with you. Everybody else in that in your party early on was more helpful, but as the stories went on, or as the episodes went on, everybody sort of just sort of became more and more reliant on you. So that's sort of how this game, or at the very least, that's sort of how things are starting to seem. I hope that this isn't necessarily like a formulaic thing that necessarily blasts into the second season. But in terms of the first one, that's sort of how things work. And your main character, at the very least, seeing as that Clementine was sort of the only capable character, it only seems natural that necessarily we all take control of her and sort of lead her through the most of Season 2. Now, in terms of what's going to happen in Season 2, or I get the feeling that now, in terms of what happens in Season 2, I sort of see most of that necessarily working towards where the TV show is now and where the comics sort of left off. Solely because in the comics, we kind of had the whole thing of them being in Atlanta and them slowly migrating out of Atlanta. In terms of this one, they were in Georgia and then sort of migrated out of Georgia. It sort of seems like that for this one, they are going to migrate back into Georgia, or necessarily they are going to migrate into more of the iconic things that are in like the TV show and more or less in the comics, solely because I believe that for that one, Lily has to make a comeback solely because she's in the comics. However, unlike in the comics, I believe that for this one, we are going to see her again in this one. We are going to do the Woodbury thing. We are going to do the prison thing. We are going to do the attack on Woodbury thing and all that. I mean, the attack on Woodbury and the attack on the prison. Thing is, though, is that there is one definite thing that I do know. If The Walking Dead does continue to come out, I do know that we will have to end up killing Lily somewhere along the line in this story, solely because a lot of people really kind of dislike her for basically killing off Doug and Carly. So yeah, that's sort of the only definite thing that I know. We might not see her in season 2, but we'll definitely see her in like another season. In terms of this one, I am excited for it. I do believe that Clementine is going to be our main character. Well, technically she kind of has to be. And also that some of the characters from 400 Days are going to pop up in this one. So, yeah, in terms of where this one's going, it's going in a good way. However, I don't think that people are really going to be as reliant on her as how they were with Lee. So, yeah, please let me know what you guys think about this revelation. Are you excited about The Walking Dead Season 2? Are you picking it up day one? Are you getting the season pass? Are you gonna like let everybody know what you thought of it? What do you think of are there other projects? Hey, please let me know and put it down in the comment section. And hey, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video up on all of your favorite media sites, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.